everyone we see is a reflection of us. I want to highlight a particular idea. Lately, I've been watching quite a lot of sort of disclosure events that occur off planet, secret military stuff, if you will. And it got me thinking. So, imagine, if you will, that there are races of people on Mars, but human people. Imagine there are human people, or pieces of people, on other galaxies, on other planets, but they're humans. But just like you and I, we were born to this planet. They are born to theirs. And imagine for one moment what their mind might be like. Are they brought up in a reality of knowing that they'll never see Earth, or that there are people on Earth? What do they teach these communities? There is one specific idea that there are German colonies that are infiltrating the moon and infiltrating Mars. Now, whether that be true is not the case. It's whether you believe it. But the idea here is to imagine a child being born there. What type of education would they be brought up in? What type of teachings are they taught? Are they taught nothing? Are they taught that they are a specific way? Is it cruel? Is it nice? Are they taught the proper ways of the world? I think, you see, if we can factor in the possibility that there are like-minded souls being born in the places that we don't know, what does that mean about disclosure on our planet? I've always wondered what it would be like for those people over there. What were they told? How were they conceived? What are they told about Earth, about us, about the whole galactical situation? It's a fascinating thing if you can put yourself in an observant point of view. I think it's fascinating to wonder what it is that they're thinking. And when we place those ideas upon our own way of thinking, our own world, and we can look at it from an observer's point of view, how much have they hidden from us? How much are you ready for? Is it a slow burn, a slow introduction into society? Or is it a slow introduction into conformity? You see, I think if you were to know everything and the bases around the world, they have done such an amazing job to make you sound so far-fetched, because they have blocked the evolution of one's own mind, to make you think that it's impossible, a land of myth and fables. But what if there are human beings being brought up in that environment? Obviously, they would react differently to gravity, to terms. What would it be like? I always wonder what they teach them up there. We hear about secret programs and alien races, and they're all true. At least to a point where you can believe in the possibility that they are. Humans are a powerful being, they're a creature, and for me personally, I want the truth of the information out there. But it's not just a fight for the truth. Because then what do you do with the information once you've received it? People, we all want the truth of what occurred and what is out there, and the veil to be removed. A higher consciousness. And more people, if you pay attention to the way of social media, you can start to see they are flooding with new spiritual gurus. More healers coming onto the way of TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. And it's interesting, it's like playing a song on a radio on repeat for hours on end. Does it lose purpose? Pay attention. You now start to see all these influencers promoting spirituality and pure white light. They are flooding the market to make it false, so that you follow a trend of someone who's probably sitting in a cubicle trying to sell you some crystals, part of a program to lead humanity in a specific direction. If you knew the world was evolving and waking up, what do? Do you fight it with propaganda, or do you infiltrate? Don't for a second think that they won't. Look at what the world is talking about lately. It doesn't matter where you go. You don't have to watch the TV to know Taylor Swift is on everything. Who really cares? Why? Why do they want to promote that? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? What's really going on behind it? Pay attention to the things that are going on in the background. Now you see where this thought pattern has gone and where the energy is taking you. Now I ask you to go back and wonder, are there humans being born on another planet? Or in Mars, or in secret bases? What is the energy that you place behind that thought? Did it nullify the Taylor Swift issue? Did it stop it in its tracks and make you question and wonder what's next? What if? What are the possibilities? Did it bring you back on track with the previous conversation? There is so much that the world is trying to convince you to do or to be. There are so many people there to teach us to grow and look beyond what we see in front of us. As we listen on our devices and we talk through these things, we identify that the world is so powerful. Our imagination, our creations are powerful. But we need to wonder. We need to explore possibilities within our own realm. What can we do about things that we don't have any strategic input into it? Will we see Guardians of the Galaxy? Possibly. Will we see the Federation? Possibly. What's the new transition? Will the Earth split? Will we wake up in a new dimension? Possibly. But what if it's just a healthier lifestyle? A more happier way of living? Transitioning the world from one to another? but not a separate one. The same one, just a higher standard of living. You see, when people get desperate, they get angry. They start trying to take avenues and specific routes to influence people and really hook them in. I always question everything. I like to watch the way society trends go. The local government. And you know what's been missing? How many of the farmers are creating blockades all throughout Europe? So all the farmers in Italy, in France, in all these countries, Ireland, Germany, are all standing up. But no, everyone's focused on what Taylor Swift and her boyfriend's doing. Do you not think how planned that is? How ritualistic an event can be manipulated by performing something with multi-million people watching. Don't think for a second that they don't have the capabilities of performing live rituals on television. And the frequencies it outputs can affect the many. It is mass hypnosis. They've been able to do this for years. So you see, social media is talking about all the farmers, but we don't need to know that. Don't worry about that, no. But you see, they're fighting back, the people, and they're saying how it's all rigged. Now let's look at this situation for a moment. Let's say games are rigged. For entertainment purposes, we know they are just the new Colosseums of the world. It is. It doesn't matter what sport. So when they start scripting events to control money, to control the population, the media, the outcomes, the way people are, they're determining energy. They're determining outcomes and people's responses and reactions. Because you feel alive if it's close. You feel despair if it's not. If your team wins, it all generates everything thereafter. So games and programs like this are designed. And when people call them out as being rigged, you see there is always a defense. And there will always be someone there to put up a defense for the system that they are so willing to represent. And that happened with everything from the illnesses in years gone past to current events. They are testing people to see whether or not the effectiveness of herd mentality is still active in the current climate. They're preparing for something, there's no need to hide it. So I wonder to myself, do any of these events of the current world, are they being monitored by the humans of another? We talk about multiple timelines and realities all existing at once. So what would theirs be? If you had a split timeline of the same events occurring right now, just someone is in a different position, do you experience them both identically? But all it takes is one difference from one reality to create a new timeline. Is it like strings on a guitar and create ripples when you play sounds? But when it's not making any music, There is no sound, it's quiet, it's a void. But you see, the more we start harmonizing together, playing chords, we start vibrating at the level that makes beautiful music that can heal all. And it doesn't matter if someone tries to press us down, we just change the frequency. And how beautiful that thought is. So I wonder if they even have a guitar on Mars. Or is technology so super advanced that they don't need it? Wherever these people are, I'm curious to know what their thoughts are, what their history books say. I wonder what you think. And with that, peace and love, take care.